Hi, Justin.
Hi, Beck.
I guess I'll just start with Stephen Hill. How big a loss is Stephen?
Well, it's obviously a big loss. He's the experience, the composure, the run he's brought our backline's been significant. So yeah, it's unfortunate that he's picked up an injury. Yeah, and we're pretty confident we can cover him, but he's obviously a really good, experienced, skillful player for us. So we're going to miss him, but yeah, we've just got to do our best at the moment to cover him. And Reece Conker will come back and play his role on one of the Geelong small forwards, and yeah, hopefully we can cover him well enough.
The case with Stephen of a cautious approach always, given his history with injury?
Yeah, well, it always comes into our rehab program, the player's history. So yeah, we'll be cautious with him. It's a different injury to what he's had in the past. Yeah, so we're confident it won't linger around too long, but with Hilly, we're never sure. So we'll be conservative, and hopefully we get him back sooner rather than later.
G'day, JL. It's Shatters here. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday morning. Just wanted to ask about Connor Blakely. Is this the week that he gets in the side?
No, it's not. He's close though, and for Connor, it's about him pushing one of the other mids out of the team. So I would feel like our midfield group is going okay. It's really frustrating for the guys out of the team at the moment to not have consecutive games and probably 18 on 18 games to be able to put their hand up and demand selection. That's the same for Mitchy Croden, who played round one, hasn't really had a great opportunity to be able to force his way back into the side, and it's the same for Connor. Though he will get his opportunity at some stage, it's just not going to be this week.
How's he been handling being out of the side? Because he can also play defence. I guess he is quite versatile in that aspect. Is he wondering what he has to do, or how do you see that playing out?
He's been outstanding with his attitude. He's been able to really stay in the process and improve his footy whilst training in small groups. His intensity at training has been outstanding. So he's holding his end of the bargain up. He can play back, and he's played back before, but probably since day one, since I walked in, he's been in the midfield group. So I want to give him opportunity in the midfield because that's where he's been trained up and been trained up to play our system. So like I said, his opportunity will come.
JL, it's Jimmy from Nine, mate. I hope you're going well. Just a question on Liam Henry and the young group that you've got, obviously with your injuries. How important is it to see them grow and develop, and what do you need to see from them given the fixture crown you've got to face in the back half of the year?
Well, yeah, from our younger players, all I've said to them from the start is that they continue to train with real purpose and improve day in, day out, and make sure, they have a real specific focuses and real purpose with everything they do. It's obviously difficult in the current situation because they're not playing regular 18v18 games and being able to practice our structures and that sort of thing, but they can still improve their skills and improve their contest and intensity that they need to bring. So Liam's half a game in to his career at Fremantle. He gets some more minutes against the Geelong reserve side tomorrow. And it's really just about him getting his fitness and his match fitness up to an AFL standard at the moment. He's obviously had his injury issues since he's been here, so he's coming from a fair way back. But we all know, the skill he brings and, the tricks he's got. So we're just really focused on making sure we get his body resilient for AFL footy at the moment.
And to make more than just the one change with Reece Conker, is Toby Watson or Brandon Matera a chance?
Yeah, Brandon will come in the side for Travis Collier. Feel like we need another crumbing player in our forward line. Brando was giving us that option when he was in the side. We just probably weren't getting the supply we needed to give him enough opportunities. But we feel like his real strength is his crumbing ability, his ability to get at the feet of our tall forwards. And I think our tall forwards are going really well, but they'd be really complemented by someone who can get at their feet and hopefully kick some crummy goals. We probably lacked that a little bit last week against West Coast. The ground level players inside forward 50, so he'll come back in and get another opportunity.
G'day, Justin. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, mate. How are you?
Good, thanks. It looks like the game plan you've brought is significantly different to what the players were playing under last year. How have you seen their ability to be able to adapt to that so far this season?
Oh, I think we've executed it really well at stages, but just when we get put under pressure and the opposition gets on top, that's when it sort of is going missing a little bit and we're unable to execute. And that was largely the focus out of last week's game. I think the first 40, 45 minutes of the game we executed really well, and then as the game went on we were more inconsistent with our execution, both with the basics and the contest, but also our system. So we need to continue to improve, continue to embed our system. I think our players are probably still thinking about their roles too much at the moment rather than just playing on instinct. So that'll come. We're seeing some really good signs, but we're just not able to maintain it long enough. So we just need to continue to educate, train and execute for longer on game day.
And how hard has it been trying to introduce something new when you've had a 2-month shutdown, and even now you're limited in terms of getting the whole group together for a proper training session?
Oh, it's been unbelievably difficult. I mean, we're not even allowed to do 18 on 18 at training anymore. So, most of our contact work and the bulk of our training is done in groups of 8 or 9. So, it's pretty hard to build the cohesion, connection, and work on your system when you're only able to train like that. So, but having said that, it's the same obstacle every team's facing. We just need to make sure that we are really methodical with the way we educate our players and the way we do our walkthroughs and the way we go about preparing them each week and giving them the best opportunity. So it's been difficult, but we feel like we've been able to do it well. It's just ability to do it consistently across 4 quarters has waned at times.
And I know your midfield's been pretty young and obviously without Fife at times, but your clearance numbers are contested ball. Is that sort of the missing link at the moment?
Well, the consistency. Yeah, well, we've had patches in games where we've been able to compete really well, and we've been able to match it with opposition midfields. It's just that consistency across the 4 quarters. And I think in particularly at centre bounce, I think West Coast were able to break the game open last week with 2 centre bounce goals in the second quarter, and that's been a little bit of our issue when we've had momentum against us. They've been able to get a hold of us at centre bounce, and our backs haven't been able to hold up under that pressure. So something we're constantly working on. We feel like when we get it right, we look really good, but we just need more consistency.
And just last one from me on Fife. Is Nat Fife on track for next week against Collingwood?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's tracking really well. Obviously, been a little bit more cautious and with him now, and made sure that he's ticked every box. So I saw him out there running before, and he'll have a full week of footy training next week and hopefully play.
Thanks.
Justin, hey mate, how are you?
Good, mate.
Former Fremantle midfielder Michael Barlow wrote an article this week about the injury list that you've got at the moment. Is it concerning and frustrating to you that your injury list is so large at the moment?
Yeah, well, it's something no one at the club wants. So, it's frustrating. But I'm looking at it at the positive side, is that it's providing opportunities for other players to grow and get opportunities. So we're able to expose a lot of our list to opportunities, and I feel like that's going to really benefit us in the long run. We'll get players back, but we'll have a lot more depth on our list because we've been able to provide opportunities to others. So like I said, we'd love more fit players to choose from, but we feel like at the same time, it's as a club, it's providing good opportunity for others. So, got to look at it both sides.
So, is it fair to say that Jason Weber retains your confidence as the head of fitness at the club?
this is not on Jace Weber. It's a whole football club thing. I'm just as much responsible as everyone. So, we're all in it together when it comes to our injury list. So we're constantly reviewing all our protocols, all our procedures, and trying to get it right. So I think a lot of our injuries are also collision injuries. So some things you just can't control, but we're always looking at everything we do, and everyone's doing that. So that's where it is.